And then I call to the floor Martina Grassi from Tondo for Circular Threads 2.0, Innovative Textile Sustainability. Thank you.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. So today I will present Circular Threads 2.0, that is the second report of a study that is called the Circular Thread, as I said, that looks at the circular economy in the Italian textile and fashion sector. We know that textile industry is one of the most polluting one. It creates 10% of global carbon emissions and 20% of drinking water pollution. We know that if we don't change, by 2050, the industry could consume a quarter of the world's carbon budget. Additionally, in Europe alone, we generated 12 million tons of textile waste every year. And only the 13% is collected, and even less, about the 0.3%, is truly recycled in a circular way. So we can say that most ends up in landfill or is burned. And also there is another problem, that clothing today is made to last less. So that means more waste, more production, and more pollution. What does Circular Threads want to do? The project has 4 main goals that are understand how circular and sustainable is the Italian textile industry, and which is the evolution since 2021. That is the date of the first report. Then explore what people think about circular economy in business, map the connection between companies and in the supply chain, and highlight innovative projects that we can learn from and copy. These questions are essential if we want to move from a good intention to a real change. We focus on 4 main key areas: the eco-design strategies to promote sustainability in the textile sector, circular business models that are transforming the textile industry towards greater sustainability, textile recycling, and also a cultural change. To do this, we used 5 research methods, and these research methods are desk research, the questionnaire, social network analysis, case studies, and the scouting of innovative and circular projects. We focused first of all on small and large enterprises from north of Italy, and here we can see which are the province of the fashion companies and the suppliers. In the next slide, we report some scores. Performance was assessed across 4 key areas that are energy and waste, materials and supply chain, communication, and internal organization. In general, circularity scores are still low, but there are positive signs of improvement since the 2021 report. Large companies then perform better than small ones, and mostly because they are required to follow more regulation and have more resources. Then we can say that suppliers tend to do better than fashion brands, and this is probably because they are more involved in the production processes. In the next slide, we compare this report with the previous one, and we can say that the results have improved, especially in energy, water, and waste, where the scores nearly doubled. Materials and supply chain remains the strong area, and fashion brands improved, but they still lag significantly. The next method is okay. Yeah, there is also a multidimensional analysis that we conduct, and it was based on relative scores to classify the companies in four main areas of the graph. We can see the achievers, concretes, laggards, and in the top left, the increase of companies compared to 2021. The next methodology that we used is the questionnaires. For the questionnaires, we enlarge the sample and we try to connect also with startups. We can see that we ask companies which are the perceptions, so what they think about circular economy. We can say that startups are the most familiar with the circular economy. Suppliers see the value of circular economy as well. And fashion firms showed the least awareness and perceive more challenges in applying circular principles. We also ask which are the main benefits. Companies mainly recognize the environmental benefits, and other benefits that they see are less waste and lower environmental impact, better company image, and improved innovation and networking. We can also see that we ask for which are the barriers and the obstacles that they encounter. And the main obstacles are the high cost to develop circular products, lack of interest from final customers, and technological limitation. One interesting note to highlight is that most companies are not afraid to change their business model, but the problem is not the mindset, it's the resource and the support that they receive. Other questions refers to policy and regulation. The results show that most companies are not ready for the CSRD implementation, and while most of them know about the European strategy for sustainable textile. Additionally, the 30% have adopted EAPR, and this data shows a gap between knowledge and action. Finally, for the surveys, in the next slide, we can see that the questionnaire went beyond perception, assessing how companies actually apply circular practices, covering some different thematics like resource use, business models, product design, and so on. So we can say that the surveys provided a full picture of both attitudes and real action. The next methodology is the social network analysis. And a social network analysis was conducted with the aim of describing the connection between companies in the textile sector. The results emerged that today the companies are more connected than 2021, but many small companies are still isolated. Businesses tend to link each other with the similar ones, and sharing knowledge and sustainable practices is easier among connected realities. So the progress is still very slow. The next methodology is the circularity measurement. So in the report, we we measured some company level of circularity in order to understand which is the impact of a circular project and support better decisions. Two tools were developed by Tondo and were applied in this case. The first one is a tool that is made for the product level of circularity measurement, and the other one is for the companies. We also try to share which are the innovative and circular projects in the textile sector. An analysis of the initiatives was developed with the aim of identifying innovative and experimental projects. The projects were classified into three main categories that are circular business model, design strategies, and textile recycling technologies. We can see all the projects that we collect in a website that we design in order to share the best practices. And in the next slide, we can see two examples that are a Masthead project, that is an innovative platform designed in order to transform the textile waste and manage and help companies to manage this textile waste. The other one is Pulvera, and Pulvera is an Italian reality in the Italian industry that transforms the textile waste into powder. And this powder can be reused in many different other industries. Which are the conclusion of this study? The first one is that a change is urgent because the environmental cost of business as usual is now too high. Then we need to promote eco-design, develop new business models, and invest in recycling technologies. The third conclusion is that cultural change is also essential. Everyone from companies to customers must be part of this transition. And finally, we need strong policies and tools to support this shift. As I said, there are some projects related to the study that are a digital platform that we design in order to share the best practices in the Italian sector. And the other one are the tools that we use to measure the level of circularity of the companies that we analyzed. So we can say that Circular Threads is not just a report, but it's like a call to action, because together through innovation and collaboration, we can make the textile sector much more clean, smart, and circular. Thank you.